guest at halftime on the Hy-Vee Halftime Report is Jim Naumovich, who is the commissioner of the Great Lakes Valley Conference, and he joins Tim Crone here on the Hy-Vee Halftime Reports.
It's my pleasure to be here with the commissioner of the Great Lakes Valley Conference. And Jim, hopefully I won't butcher your name. I'll give it another shot.
I would be happy. It's Naumovich. It's a Lithuanian name.
Well, obviously, we did a little rehearsal on that again, but I want to welcome you from William Jewell as far as coming to the Kansas City area. I'm on the north side of Kansas City. Of course, Rockhurst is on the south side, but I know that it's probably a real positive to have Jewell in the conference.
Well, yeah, we knew a couple years ago. You know, we were out here, I think, 2007, 2008, right. And that's when we actually had some preliminary discussions. And at the time, the administration at the time had not made a final decision on reclassifying the NCAA, but we knew as a conference when that day came that they certainly would be an attractive institution and a tremendous travel partner with Rockhurst. So, yeah, we were very, very happy to have William Jewell come in the league.
Yeah, it's a nice fit. I was wondering, let's just put on your football hat right now. I know there's going to be some changes. You got a meeting coming up in a week or two. Mm-hmm. Going to talk about maybe some teams that are affiliates getting out and actually have some teams coming in. I don't know how much you can talk about that, but you might want to visit with the people here in Kansas City.
Yeah, the media is focusing on some of the conference realignment at the Division I level, and I'll tell you, there's just as much going on at the Division II level under the radar. And the West Virginia Intercollegiate Athletic Conference has been in existence for over 100 years, and that conference is now imploded. But the domino effect of that is that it will impact two of our associate members, Urbana University out of Ohio and Central State University. So they will play in the GLVC in 2012, and then both of those schools have other opportunities they're going to pursue in other leagues. So we are now looking to see if we can find a 9th or a 10th team. We'd like to get to 10.
Yeah, it'd be about right schedule.
And get that bye out of that schedule, which is a challenge, especially later in the year when you get later into October and November to try to fill those games. So we've had some conversations with a couple schools. There's been some interest around the country, but, we say we will, add associate members that are in reasonable geographic proximity to our current member schools. So we're not going to go everywhere. We're not going coast to coast to find associate members. They still have to be a good fit academically and athletically, and then geographically as well.
Well, there's still a lot of travel in this conference, even the way you said it. And cost becomes a big factor. I know you talk about that with all the presidents and ads. How does that come into play? Like you say, you try to stay regional as much as possible.
Well, yeah, we from our officiating assignments, we tried to identify guys in the western part of Missouri or eastern Kansas down through Arkansas, so that the travel is fair for those guys, so they don't have to maybe come in on a Friday night for a Saturday afternoon game. But with William Jewell out here and Missouri S&T out here, and we being a first-year football league, it'll take a year or two to get that pool of officials where we probably feel like we're very comfortable with the quality and the quantity of guys that we can assign to games.
Well, I told you I was a Northwest graduate, and I'm an MIAA guy, and played baseball and stuff up there. But your conference is known for its great basketball.
Well,
one of the better Division II basketball conferences in the nation.
Yeah, that's very nice of you to say, and it's a well-earned reputation. We've won 10 national championships on the men's basketball side, 2 with women. So. It's a credit to the coaches and the athletic directors in the league, and of course the presidents and chancellors that they've developed these programs to compete at that kind of level.
You might want to talk about all of the programs now. I'm not sure how many total programs do you have in the conference that's conference sanctioned.
Well, we have 16 total member schools right now. 15 are now full Division II. McKendree University is in the third and provisional
in Illinois, right?
Yes, sir. Just outside of St. Louis.
Right.
And so they are our 16th member. And then we are very excited to be welcoming Truman State University out of Kirksville, Missouri, and they'll begin full conference play next fall of 2013.
Very good academic school, too. That's one thing that you could say probably about your conference. You look at Truman State's coming in, and Rolla, and of course William Jewell, all of them, and Rockhurst are very good academically. You got to be proud of that too.
Very. We've had an unofficial survey done that our conference of the 23 in Division II has the highest average ACT for their incoming freshmen, and so that's a big part of when we're looking to expand and bringing members in. We're looking at the academic profile as much as we are their athletic facilities, and that served us very well.
Yeah, I think that's really the object of what we're trying to do here. I think we forget life's lessons when we get involved in athletics sometimes. Now, how do you determine where you're going to have your championships? For example, forget football. But like say basketball tournaments, your conference championship tournaments, tennis, whatever it may be. How do you go about that? Is that a back and forth east-west side type thing?
No, that's a good question, and it really varies by sport. Basketball, baseball, softball, and this year for the first time volleyball will all be played at neutral sites. Soccer will be played on a campus site, men's and women's at the number one or the highest remaining seed after the quarterfinal rounds. Golf we rotate around. Cross country rotates alphabetically amongst the schools that sponsor the sport. We have kind of locked into indoor track being at University of Indianapolis and outdoor track at Lewis because they have brand new facilities and the coaches are kind of wanting to showcase those facilities for a couple years. But it really does vary by sport as where we play at neutral site events and when we come back on campus for different championships.
Well, last question. I got a big kick. You were down there selling shirts and stuff. Does the conference commissioner do a little bit of everything? I knew you were a good man. Being an old ex-athletic director, I knew you were a good man when you were down there. I said, that guy's all right.
Well, I tell you what, I was a former Division II athletic director, and seeing Joel out here at 10 o'clock in the morning brings back a lot of memories. You got to get the job done, you know. And
somebody got to do it, don't they?
Exactly. And so, you know, it's an opportunity to market and brand the league, and I'm really excited about having football in the GLVC. So, yeah, it was fine, but glad to have.
Well, you won me over right there. Good. It was good. Well, Jim, I didn't butcher your name too bad.
Not at all.
Glad to have you here. It's a beautiful day. Good way
Gorgeous.
for a great day for the Jewell to kick off to be in the conference. Good luck to you, and hopefully the league will continue to grow and it'll all be positive in a positive way.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Nice to have you, Jim.
All right.
Thank you.